Ladies and gentlemen, our parents sent us to school with the noblest of intentions, believing that formal education is what their children need to survive in this cruel world, so they can overcome all the challenges this world offers and have good lives once they reach what they dreamed. It is really adoptable, ladies and gentlemen. By receiving such formal education, not only will their children get to study academically, learning so many different things about this world, but they will also receive moral educations, like learning how to be kind to others, for example, and educations on their religions. However, what do we get from school instead? There's still such a huge gap to what we expect to get from school versus what we receive instead. What we get are academic pressure, more often than not resulting in psychological disruptions, pressures and conflicts with teachers, even cases such as bullying, verbal and physical abuse, even sexual assaults and rape. Well, before going so far, let me introduce myself. My name is Manohara Diwasasri, standing here to deliver my speech about what we expect from school versus what we get instead. A theory by an American psychologist, Abraham Maslow, regarding the hierarchy of human needs, stated that basic human needs are divided into 5 categories, stacked on top of each other like a pyramid. There's a reason why it's called a pyramid. It's a hierarchy. They're arranged in levels. So, before you can meet your need at the lowest and most basic level, you won't be able to meet the need at the level above it. Now, let me explain for a little bit. So, this pyramid. At the bottom of this pyramid, the most basic of human needs is physiological needs. The need for food, drink, sleep, etc. And then on top of that, the need for safety. And then on top of that, the need for love and sense of belonging. On top of that, the need for esteem. And then standing at the very top, the need for self-actualization. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's pretty safe to say that this theory pretty much reflects what we expect to get from school in general, right? To be able to fulfill all of these needs, that is. Now, maybe minus physiological needs, since we can pretty much fulfill them at our own homes. So, now that the lowest need is out of the way, we can move on to the need above it, the need for safety. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you really think students at school are granted the safety they expect to get and should get? On September 25, 2021, I conducted a research by distributing questionnaires to students aged 14 to 19. And according to the data I got, a majority of 85.1% stated that they have witnessed a case of bullying at least once. Is this really the kind of safety we expect to get? Of course, this affects the need above it, the need for love and belonging. Now, logically, if you don't feel safe in your environment, how can you ever feel like you belong there or even feel loved? And if you don't feel loved by those around you, how can you have any self-esteem or even feel respected? And if you can't fulfill any of these needs, how can you come to a self-actualization state? As I said before, this is an extremely huge gap between what we expect to get from school versus what we receive instead. Even school hasn't completely succeeded in granting their students the respect they should get, because according to my data, a majority of 71.4% stated that their abilities have been underestimated by teachers at least once. I will say though, according to my data, a majority of 57.1% stated that their school has been doing some efforts in digging out their students' talents and interests. However, they also said that these efforts hasn't been maximized yet, meaning school hasn't succeeded in making their students come to a self-actualization state. So this would definitely need some improvement, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? Now, what else can we improve? So let's see, what else should school improve? First, handle their cases more seriously. Improve their guidance counseling and don't let cases go out of hand. And second, provide actual psychologists in school so they can professionally handle cases regarding students' mental health more seriously. And then the third, the government should make it their priority to create a character building program to improve their teaching method regarding the implementations of social values. Now, before I end my speech here, ladies and gentlemen, let me just say, standing at the very top of the pyramid of needs is the need for self-actualization. meaning that it is our duty to guide our new generation to find out who they want to be, to let them be who they want to be, and lead them to a bright future ahead. That's all I have to say. Thank you.